what was that process like to pitch that to your faculty, to your administration, and then what have been the shifts and changes and benefits you've seen because of that?
Yes. Well, you're absolutely right. And part of the problem with university curriculum in music, as you know, as a music student, as anyone who's gone through a music program knows, there are already a lot of requirements. You know, they want us to be able to do sight singing. They want us to understand historical, stylistic things. There are just so many requirements already that we need to have in order to be a great musician. And yet, unfortunately, somehow they forgot that maintaining a healthy mental and physical self is probably the most important thing you need in order to be a musician and really sustain a long career as a musician. So it hasn't been part of the traditional curriculum, unfortunately, and it was a challenge to get it to be a part of a program. It has been a challenge for me and many of my colleagues around the world who have done this, but there are now many programs around the world. Many people are able to just get like a workshop, a once a month kind of class, or once a semester class or something like that. At least they're doing that though. That in itself is a thing. But there are a few of us who have created semester-long courses, and many places are offering things like this. San Francisco Conservatory, Oberlin, I think Cleveland Institute now is offering a course. So there are a variety of places, conservatories and university programs, Michigan State University, many others that have been doing this, but it really needs to be in every curriculum. So I was actually lucky when I did my body mapping training with Barbara Conable. I had been on the faculty here a little more than 10 years at that point, but there were other more senior faculty members who had more clout than I did. And fortunately, one of them who had spent time as a chair of our department and she was a very senior, respected member of the faculty in our vocal area, she had seen a workshop with Barbara Conable at the National Teaching, NATS convention, National Association of Teachers of Singing conference, and she was just completely blown away by Barbara. So when she heard I was actually working personally with Barbara, getting licensed by her, she was really my biggest cheerleader. And she was the one that went to the chair and said, "Stephen's doing this, you've got to support him, you've got to help him." And she made sure when I offered my first class that all of her students were in my class. I had more vocal students than instrumental students in that very first class I taught. So that was really lucky and very helpful and got me off to a good start. The first courses I did here were just pretty much a clone of what Barbara was offering, a body mapping course. Since then, as I started tweaking things and developing it as something that I wanted to be more permanently in the curriculum, I broadened it a little to include other areas. So I spend a lot of time on performance anxiety issues. I spend time with hearing health because that's so important for people to understand and address. So there are a variety of other topics that we do, but the core of the class still is helping people to understand their body and have a better understanding about how the physical side of music making works with the mental side of music making to get us to a healthier place. So it has developed over time. Generally, the response has been really positive. The students are very grateful. And what I did, again, over a long, because I've been teaching the course now for 20 years. This will be my 20th year teaching it. I've developed it actually into two things. I have an undergraduate version of the course, which is now required for all of our undergraduate performance majors as a pedagogy requirement for them. And I'm one of the few, we have one of the few curriculums in the country where we now actually require it for students. So I'm really proud of that. I also have a graduate level course. So every semester I alternate. I have the graduate level course in the fall, the undergraduate level in the spring. The graduate level course has a research component that's annotated bibliography that they do related to their particular area. So that's a nice addition to it as well. So yeah, it's been great. And the other thing that's happened is At first, I did this just to help people understand what this was all about, because the word body mapping doesn't mean much to people and actually gives people very weird ideas about what it might be. So I offered to do clinics on a regular basis in the different, each area has their own repertoire class here at UNLV, studio class, whatever it's called, at other places. So I just said, if you want me to come out, I can do a certain number of a semester. So I worked with the cellist, I worked with the violinist, I worked with percussionist, and I would do these little studio classes to give them a taste where their students actually played for me, and I tried to help them understand how a better understanding of how we move and how we use our body could help them with their mallet technique or whatever it is, or guitar technique. And so that really helped that I had other faculty that they invited me. They were able to see what I was doing and understand it better, and therefore encourage their students to take my class as well. So and that continues. So the thing that's been really cool lately that happened is that I have students now who want to get more of this. I have gotten to a certain level with the body mapping organization where I'm one of just 6 people, I think. There are just 6 or 7 of us who actually do the final training of anybody who wants to get licensed to teach body mapping. So I'm working with people from all over the world to help them get licensed as a body mapping educator. And so my students here realize that I do that, and many of them have gotten excited about what they've learned in the 1 semester course, and they want to go farther with it. So I have about half a dozen students now that I've been working with for the past year on like post-body mapping stuff, body mapping 2.0 kind of stuff. And several of them are getting close to where they're going to be licensed soon. And that's really exciting that they will be able to carry on the mantle for me, because one day I'm going to retire from all of this, and I want the word to get out there.
Hey, thanks for tuning into this episode of Trust the Process, the official podcast of Musician Unchained, the newest coaching program dedicated to helping musicians navigate and overcome injury. But before you go, I have a few quick ways you can stay connected and support our growing community. First of all, I'd love to hear from you. Shoot me a text with the link below and share your thoughts, questions, or just say hi. You can also check the show out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We also would love to see you in our Facebook support group, Trust the Process Podcast Injured Musician Support Group. If you found value in today's episode, consider making a donation to support our mission of empowering musicians worldwide. Every contribution helps us create more content and resources for you, so visit link number 2 below to support the mission. If you decide to donate, I'll send you my newest resource, the Injured Musician Toolkit, which is an ebook designed to give you tools to help you get through your injury. Subscribe to our newsletter to get exclusive insights, tips, sneak previews of episodes, and announcements straight to your inbox. Act now and I will send you a free gift. So sign up at www.musicianunchained.com/newsletter. And if you or someone you know would like to go deeper with me in the topics of injury and mindset, head over back to musicianunchained.com and check out the Let's Hang tab. As always, I want to thank Daniel Baldwin, my audio engineer, and my sister Dana Lovell for her help with the promotional materials. There is no podcast without them. But before I go, I want to tell you how much I deeply appreciate your time and support. You are not alone on this journey. There are musicians and educators out there who need this resource, and we need to get it to them. Together, we are breaking the chain of old habits and thought patterns that don't serve us anymore, and unchaining the potential within ourselves to face each challenge with strength and resilience. So, as I always say, keep on keeping on, and keep trusting the process. Until next time.